Now to another problem during the pandemic. It's one that's real and very frightening in neighborhoods across Connecticut. Criminals showing up not just in the dark of night, but in the broad daylight, rummaging through cars or even stealing them.
Even sometimes when these cars are in open garages. Some of these stories really just so brazen. They're leaving families feeling unsafe right where they live. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Shante Passmore is looking into what's happening tonight in this special report.
They're happening at night.
Glass were smashed, trunks were open.
During the day. And the criminals are even coming inside our homes while disrupting the quality of life across the state.
So 2:30 in the afternoon, we're home and came out to the garage and noticed my car was gone.
That's Gabriel Cabrera. Someone found his key fob inside his Volvo. Police recovered the car intact in Hartford's North End, but only because the thief ditched it after the dealer used an app to activate the car's lights and horns. Back in December, I was in Newington, where in one night there were more than 100 vehicle break-ins.
Vehicle after vehicle, you could not miss the busted windows at Woods Edge condominiums.
We all came outside. It was about 20 of us.
In this home surveillance footage, watch how a group gets out of this SUV before targeting the vehicles at these condos. The uptick in thefts and break-ins show a disturbing picture. Just more than 10 minutes south in Berlin, police are seeing these cases too. In 2020, the department investigated 357 vehicle thefts and break-ins. In 2019, it had 73 cases. That's a jump of 284. The police chief tells me last year's numbers started to skyrocket in March, at the onset of the pandemic. Mayor Mark KACZYNSKI says the crimes have included some breaking and entering into people's homes and other brazen acts.
In our town, we did have a weapon pointed at one of the residents who was trying to take a picture of the vehicle.
In Glastonbury, police say a 16-year-old pulled a gun on a resident after confronting a group attempting to steal vehicles in a neighborhood there. A teenager was arrested in that case. On the shoreline, another incident last fall. Brantford police responding to a home where the suspect had entered, taken keys, a wallet, and a purse before driving off with not one, but two cars. KACZYNSKI and Rocky Hill Mayor Lisa MAROTTA are working with neighboring towns to address these problems. MAROTTA says her town saw a 40% increase in stolen vehicles over a one-year period since 2019, and a 30% increase in car break-ins over the same time period. But she stopped short of blaming the trends entirely on COVID-19 because she says she's seen the numbers trend upwards pre-pandemic.
So it isn't something that's, was unique to 2020.
We're hearing from law enforcement, especially in my community as well, that the vast majority of individuals involved in these break-ins and thefts are youth offenders.
For years, Connecticut has seen a rise on car thefts by teens. To curb the problem, lawmakers created a new diversionary program in 2019. The way it works is juveniles can have charges dropped if they complete the program, which can last up to 6 months. This is if they haven't completed it already or are not accused of serious crimes.
Meanwhile, police in towns like Glastonbury and West Hartford began a social media campaign called the 9 p.m. routine to remind people to lock up their rides. But some towns tell me they've done all they can with the social media campaigns and boosting patrols. They're calling for state legislators to come up with even tougher laws. Tomorrow night on Eyewitness News, we'll look into that and also tap into the mindset of why these young people steal cars, as told by a mentor who's trying to steer them away from the streets. Shante Passmore, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.